Hey guys, it's Laura and it's been a while. I haven't made a video for 2 and a bit years. I don't have really an excuse, but at the same time I said I was going to make an updated video about everything and then I never did. I was just dealing with shit and I kept on saying, oh, I need to make another video, and then life suddenly got really busy, and then life's very different at the moment because of the coronavirus. Woo! I'm currently stuck indoors. I mean, I can go outside, but I think it's not worth the risk. I'm technically supposed to be in Disneyland Paris right now, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, there's a lot of things has happened between the last video I made where I was very depressed in a very bad place versus what I'm like now. I imagine you could probably see the different energy from the last video to the video now. And the different hair colour as always, you know. Yeah. Sorry, I'm really awkward because I have not recorded in a while and last time was different anyway, so yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's a lot of things have changed since last time and now. Last time I was quite fairly depressed, I was quite suicidal, I was slowly getting out of the suicidal thoughts and stuff, but I was in a very bad state a couple months before I made the video, like around September 2017 I think. It's when I sort of knew I had to get some help. Every year I seem to make more and more progress, which is great. Even from last year I feel like I've made a big change, so that's good. This year I was gonna essentially focus on becoming more social because I found this coping mechanism which probably isn't the best, where I would just stay indoors like 90% of the time. I would just be in bed watching Netflix or watching YouTube or whatever and not potentially talking to a lot of people, sort of keeping to myself. I also had a new thing where I still have it, but you know, if I'm sociable, like I like to like see my friends obviously, but when I was sociable I would be so fucking exhausted. I don't know why, it's a new thing. I don't really know what it is, but I would feel so fucking exhausted where I would sort of have a burnout, if you will, and then I would recharge or whatever by being by myself. So I'm trying to get out of the stage with doing that and just trying to go out more, but currently because of the coronavirus and you're not supposed to mingle with people, that is on hold. I'm also trying to do new things like go out on holiday more, do things I wouldn't normally do. So as I said, I was supposed to go out to Disneyland Paris, like I would be there, it would be my last day today. Obviously that's cancelled because I am here in my room and I'm very sad about it, but that's fine, that can hold until another time. I want to go on holidays more, I want to go out with my friends more, like I'm thinking if this whole thing's blown over by the summer, to go out with all my friends I love, maybe go in a cottage somewhere, go out to dinner more, here, there, everywhere, yeah. I want to be more sociable basically, just because I've had my time alone and stuff and I feel like it's a good balance to maybe be by myself for a couple weeks, like you know, some weekends, and then other weekends just go out and fucking go wild. Yeah, so that's one thing I guess. Another thing is last year I actually went and dipped my toe in the world of dating, which I never thought I would do. I've learned a lot from that last year, so I went on a Tinder date last year. That was interesting. It went well, but we just didn't have that like spark, so that's fine. I've never ever like gone on a date with a person, just with a person really. Like I've always gone on dates after you're like during dating, so it doesn't really count, versus like dating like to get to know a person. I've never done that before. It was very terrifying, but it was good. He didn't murder me, which is great. No, he's really nice. I still very rarely occasionally talk to him just to say hope you're well and stuff. Yeah, it was very pleasant, but online dating isn't for me. I absolutely fucking hate it. and you have to base it on looks more than personality. I normally find it, like, I find like a person attractive, but I find them more attractive when I get to know someone, and it's very hard to do that on the world of dating on the internet. So I don't particularly like it, and I feel like everyone advertises themselves as so interesting, like, oh, I go out either on holiday a lot, or oh, I go out every weekend drinking, and I don't particularly do either. Like, I'm trying to go out more, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like, nah, yeah, it's not for me. Then I miraculously got in a relationship last year as well. It only lasted 3 months. I potentially made some mistakes, not dating the guy, just rushing into it too quickly. Like, it was a very fast-paced relationship, and that's probably one of the reasons why it didn't work out. So if I did do dating, whenever that will be, hello future partner, hello, I would, you know, I would keep it slow. I would slow it down, so I wouldn't rush into a relationship, if you know what I mean. I need the balance of getting to know someone and then going on dates and stuff, seeing if there's potential for me, etc. If I'm potential for them, because I'm crazy, etc. So yeah, so that's something I've taken account from last year as well, which was 2019. Yep. Yeah, so I've learned, like, even from last year, loads of things about myself which I did not know. All the bits in between is quite hard to think right now because it's been a long ass time, and I don't particularly think of what I was like, because that was a very dark, depressive Laura that I don't really want to think about anymore, because I'm generally quite a happy person anyway, like, naturally, and obviously I had a reason to be fucking depressed and just not there and everything. Yeah, it's hard to think back and how I coped with it, because honestly I don't know how the fuck I coped with it at the time. To think back at that point, I don't know, it's weird. The one thing I have, and I have kept with it, is I joined the gym a couple of months after Jacob passed away, and that was very good for grief and stuff. I went with his mum and his sister at the time, and I've kept on with it. Obviously I can't go to the gym currently because they are closed, but I've lost loads of weight from it. I've lost like only 1.5 stone, nearly 2 stone now. I'm still very far from where I want to be. I find that helps with my mental health. Like, even though I don't feel depressed or anything, my brain can feel fuzzy if I don't go to the gym. It's very weird. I go to the gym normally in the mornings when I'm in the zone. And it helps me focus at work. I sleep better. I just feel overall great. Yeah, so I'm keeping up with that. At the moment it's harder because you're not supposed to go outside. The main thing that's helped me is gym, to be honest. Like, it was my coping mechanism, however you pronounce it. It was my way to deal with things, the gym. It helps a lot, and yeah, I'm looking forward to when I can actually get back on it and get into my full routine again. I kept to myself for not for a couple of years, like, I stayed in more basically. And now, I lost the love for video games a couple of years ago. That wasn't fun because I actually love video games, but I've recently got back into it. I'm with my friends on Discord, which I love them so much. I love you guys, if anyone's watching from you, yeah. I fell out of love for video games a couple of years ago. Really sad about it. Like, I would very rarely play video games. Like, I played Spyro on my PlayStation 4 because it's my love and joy. Still, forever and always, my Spyro. But I haven't even completed it, and that was like, that came out 2 years ago now, I think. But I recently got onto my PC again, and I play with my mates on Discord, and I fell in love, so I'm really happy about that, because that was one of the things I loved and I just stopped. I would still watch people play video games on the YouTubes, but it's not really the same, is it? And I sort of felt left out and sort of more alone because I wasn't playing video games with my pals and stuff, and now I'm back into it. It's very nice. So even though I'm not socially seeing people at the moment, I'm still talking to people, which is great. Yeah, sorry, I'm very jittery at the moment because I'm just like, I need to talk. So yeah, that's another thing. I probably will go more into detail in another video. I will actually make another video about what I actually did at the time, but at this point in time I haven't really thought about what I did, essentially. I did very quickly sort of watch my previous video of what I sort of said, but it was sort of explaining the whole situation because I had so many messages at the time. It was better to make a video and to sum it all up rather than individually speaking to people and stuff and sort of explaining how I feel, because I couldn't really explain how I felt anyway. So yeah, you know, I was 23 at the time. I'm 26 now. Those years have gone very fast. Like, it's quite scary how it was nearly 3 years ago. It's 3 years ago in May. It's very close to his anniversary now, and it's just very weird how it went really slowly at the time, but now it's just like boom, 3 years, and I'm like, fucking hell, like, you know what I mean? It's very odd. Guess who talked more than 20 minutes and then my camera decided to cut off. What I was saying was, basically, long story short, even when I was at work, when it first happened, I was still quite new. I started in October, and obviously then the whole situation happened in May, and I was still quite quiet and stuff. And then that happened, so when I was slowly coming back to work, I was obviously in a complete state because I didn't want to particularly be there, etc. And they've even said now that they've noticed a massive, huge difference with how I was to what I am like now. They can see my personality shine through now versus what, you know, what it was like. But yeah, my I think my point was, I said ages ago I was going to make an updated video. I wasn't expecting a lot of views, to be honest, on that video before. I think I got like 5.5k views, which is fucking crazy. And I was just trying to help other people who obviously are going through the same thing. They could be going for it now, they could have gone for it a year ago, you know, everyone's at it, you know, it sadly can happen to anyone, and hence why I made the video. So I'm just making an updated video because I'm sure someone has thought, I wonder what happened to that girl, is she okay, you know, blah blah. So it's literally just an updated video just to say, like, if you are going through this, it's fucking horrible. I completely understand. Obviously everyone's different and reacts differently to these situations, but you will fucking pull through it, I promise you. Like, you will. It will be the hardest thing you can do in your fucking life. Like, it makes you a different, like, potentially a different person, but I would say it makes you into a much stronger person, and if you can get through this, you can get through fucking anything, I tell you. Literally take it as day by day. That was my little goal for me at the time. I was like, I'm not thinking about next week, I'm not thinking about next year, I'm thinking about today only to get through it. Like, I feel like time is very different as well. 3 years ago, the time just slowed right down. Like, it was a really bizarre thing. Like, it just was so fucking slow. Every minute felt like an hour. Like, literally, that's how it felt to me. Obviously, as time goes on, and I absolutely hate people saying this to me at the time, but it fucking is true. Time is a healer. It fucking is. Like, I remember someone saying that to me and I was like, don't you fucking tell me that. I was just like, I was like, I can't get through this, you know, like, it's I don't want to feel like this forever. And they're like, you won't feel like this forever. And it is very true. Yeah, it's you do come out as a different person at the end of it, and there is no real end to what you're going through anyway, because you will forever have that person in your mind. It will forever be there. It might not be like, obviously at the time it's literally, that's all your brain is thinking about constantly, like, all the fucking time. But as time goes on, you think about it less. It's always there, it's always present, but it's not your whole brain. But you will feel happy again, I promise you that. You know, you might not feel as happy as you once were, but you will not feel as shitty at, you know, as you did or you feel right now. I hope this has helped, or maybe people have wondered how I am. So hello, the internet, or friends or family, whoever's watching, whoever knows me in person or doesn't know me at all but watched my video last time. I hope all is well. Obviously please stay safe as the coronavirus is going round as well. But yeah, I hope you're okay, and sending much love from me to you, and yeah, I'll see you next video. Bye!